Hello, guys. Good evening. So, are there hidden realities? Were there a group of gang stalkers who were following me through the internet who conspired into pharmacologically abusing me? Were there torturers? Were there people who hurt me with premeditated intentions? Can someone tell me the truth? Were were there gang stalkers and people who conspired into hurting me? Were some of these people my parents, family, and friends and acquaintances? Were people conspiring into hurting me behind the scenes? Were there hidden realities? Or is this just coming to a feeling of conviction about what I suspect is true? Can someone tell me the truth? They're fucking lying to me, aren't they? Can someone tell me the truth? So, are there gang stalkers? Were there people who conspired into hurting me? Or is this coming to a feeling of conviction about what I suspect is true? Yeah. I'm starting to become afraid that everyone is fucking nefarious, that everyone is one of the gang stalkers that were conspiring against me. Somebody says you need medication, you aren't healthy. So he says this is your mind hurting you. Did they have premeditated intentions to get me to take HIV PrEP? Did they conspire into doing that? I don't know, just whatever. So he says, you ask the same question every day, and you get the same result. All right, I'll share with you some artwork I created today, I guess. This one's called Andrew and Mark. We're pals. We met in an art class. We're happy together. We're buddies. We're friends. We're actors. Andrew and Mark, we aren't dating, though. We're just friends. We're just buddies. Somebody says, that looks just like Mark, to be honest. That looks just like Mark. And in this one, broken heart. I miss you. I'm so sad. Grief and loss, dead inside. They say my art is really good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Some people say my art is atrocious, but you say my art is really good. I'm glad you like it. Now, this one isn't about Mark. This is about people I guess it could be about death or a breakup or losing somebody you're close to. This one isn't about Mark. No. Okay, and that's the artwork I created today. So my parents aren't keeping hidden realities from me. They've shown me nothing but love and support for my whole life. They're not. Yeah, just whatever. Just whatever. Someone says yes, and you're busy doing this. Peter says you should ask more. All right. Anybody have any questions for me? We got 7 inpatients in the house, but frankly, I don't got a lot to talk about tonight. And I had a nice day with my art class buddy Mark, but I had a nice day with my art class buddy Mark, but the reason I don't take the Lamictal is because I don't want to. I don't want to be on any more medications. I don't want to. I don't want to experience any adverse side effects. Somebody says, "So you don't want to get better?" You know, Pete says if I was going through what you were going through, I'd be ready to take any meds. La 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 la. So I guess I haven't been sadistically betrayed and deceived by everyone. Everybody had good intentions. They've shown me love and support for my whole life. I wasn't being gang stalked and deceived and betrayed. So toggle the emotional switch to off, catch it, check it, change it. You know, Taylor asks if I had cancer, would I take medication for it? Yes, I think because I would try to get it into remission. So he says, "What if Mark is really 666 from the chat and Mark is really short for Mark of the Beast?" Well, I mean, I have a hard time trusting people as it is. So if I found out Mark was betraying me, that'd be just another soul crushing fucking betrayal. I mean, at a certain point, not everybody in your life is going to be a sadistic deceiver. You're eventually going to find somebody who isn't going to betray you. You know, eventually you're going to find somebody who's true blue, loyal, honest, and transparent. So at a certain point, you know, you're going to find somebody where it's what you see is what you get. You know, nobody's two-faced, you know. So hopefully that's the case with Mark. Hopefully with Mark it's what you see is what you get and there's no fucking hidden realities. You know, cuz that's obviously something that I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of betrayal. I'm afraid of, you know, I just want people that are open, honest. They're not deceiving me. People that are true blue, you know, people that are honest and transparent and not secretly sadists who want to hurt you, you know. And I think Mark is a good person. That's just my impression. I think Mark is a good person. But we're not dating, we're just friends. You know, Taylor says everyone is being honest with you. Your mind just creates delusions about everyone and persecutory delusions. It's frustrating to see you not take medications. La 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 la. Life is a game of chess. So this is no collar today. Maybe I'll put on the collar tomorrow. Marles Chanson, inverse of Charles Manson, said, "Why did you make your mom clean your bathroom while you watched?" I don't know Marles Chanson. Somebody says it would be one thing if you were the only one suffering from your delusions, but you make sure your parents, family, and friends and loved ones all suffer too. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, Creamster, what's up? Well, I mean, Stewie asks, "Did I hurt my father's feelings again?" No, I mean, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It seems like I'm always fighting with my mother and father. I don't know if we're necessarily fighting today, though. Um, you know, I don't know. I spent my day with Mark today. Poppy did not have cancer when I slapped him. I slapped him back in 2018, 2019. Somebody says your parents, family, and friends. Should put you in a group home or assist. Somebody says you still slapped him though. Yeah, it was many years ago though. It was about 7 years ago, but still, it's true. Somebody says you're lucky Poppy didn't lay you out. To be honest, I hear he has a crazy right hook. Stewie says you need a hospitalization. Why do I need a hospitalization, Stewie? Why do I need a hospitalization? No, I don't. I'm not a danger to myself. I'm not a danger to others. So he says, no, he doesn't need a hospital. Erie says, I don't need a hospitalization. Why would I need a hospitalization? What am I doing that's proving I'm a danger to myself or others? I'm not a danger to anyone around me. I'm not a danger to anyone. So there's no reason for our hospitalization. Rusty says he needs a long-term inpatient stay, like 6 months to a year. No, I don't. It's like prison in there. Why do I need a fucking long-term stay? What the fuck are you talking about? There's no reason for me to get admitted. Somebody says maybe you'll crash, but there's no reason for me to get admitted into the psychiatric hospital. Not there's nothing. There's nothing that would. There's nothing. I'm fine. There's nothing to admit me over. Hey, Major of India. No, the hospital is worse than what I'm living right now. At least I have freedom. At least I could go get fucking Taco Bell or fucking Burger King or go to the supermarket. The hospital, you lose your freedom. The hospital's like literal prison. This is just like hell on earth. I mean, like this is just shit. But at least I have the ability to change it. The hospital is like prison. It's just you lose your freedom. Somebody says, I think his parents are doing the best they can with the resources they have. Somebody says, you probably need outpatient though, like recovery programs. You need to go to mental health recovery groups like the Schlitterbahn, and you need to, go to day programs and do day programs like 5 days a week. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I definitely need structure. I definitely need day programs I can go to. Hospitalization, that would be like if I was, hospitalization's unnecessary. Do I need to go to a day program 5 days a week? Yeah, probably. Probably. Yeah, I probably need a pros program or a day program or mental health recovery group. So it says you do go to an art class twice a week and you go to NAMI several times a week. So that's pretty good. I go to NAMI. I'm going to be going this Monday evening. If they have it in person, I'll be going on Friday to the pros slash NAMI. So twice a week, but it doesn't happen always twice a week. When was the last time I went? A week or two ago, maybe last week, maybe a week or two ago. I go pretty frequently. Unfortunately, though, it's on the border of New York City and Queens, so I don't know how to drive there. So I have to get my father to drive me. Um, but he does. No, no. I don't want to get into detail why Mark has some things going on in his life that I don't want to get into detail about Mark's life. But no, we're buddies. We're good. We're good friends. You know what I mean? So no, Mark. Someone says, "Is Mark scared of you?" No, Mark isn't scared of me. Mark is my buddy. Mark's my friend. Mark is my friend. We're buddies, and hopefully, what you see is what you get with Mark. Yeah, Mark isn't scared. Mark is just my buddy. We go, we get food, we hang out, we do artwork together. We have a fun day together. We're buddies. Because Andrew should transition. Andrew should be transitioned into Andrea or something like that. That's an idea. My pronouns are she, her. So Mrs. Andrew's basically a bitch already. Charles Manson, you're getting the quick release. Adios. Fuck you. Bye bye. Bye bye, Charles Manson. Yeah, Charles Manson was sadistic and nefarious. So he says Andrew would be a cute and petite woman. Thank you, Erie. I'm glad. I'm glad. Ha ha. Fuck off, Chuck Manson. You're owned, Chuck Manson. So he says Charles Manson was always going to hell. There was no chance of escape, nothing you can do. Erie asks, why don't you just take an Uber and taxi? That's an idea. We got Jake Davidson in the house. He says, Charles Manson had a point. And Jake Davidson, you suspiciously pop up. La 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 la. So he says, why don't you marry an Indian woman for American citizenship? Yeah, Indian women are cute. I'd marry an Indian woman. I'd marry an Indian woman. Do you know a petite and cute Indian woman who wants citizenship? Send her my way. Send her my way. I'll marry an Indian woman if she wants citizenship. So he says, you can make this happen, Andrew. Go on India date. Make a dating profile. Just put on the dating profile, if there's an Indian woman out there who wants citizenship, date me. Oh! I'm single and looking. We got halal together. Me and Mark got halal together. I got lamb over rice. He got a gyro. We did artwork together. Mark and I had a nice day together. La 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 la. No, somebody says, would you convert from a woman into a man? I am a man, Rusty. I'm old man. I'm old man, Rusty. Jake says, you won't hang out with Deborah, who is a trans woman, but you hang out with Mark. Mark and I are just friends. Mark and I are just friends. We're good friends. We're buddies. But we're just friends, Mark and I. Mark and I are just friends. Should I call my father for it doesn't matter. Should I call my father for medication? I think I'm going to lie down for a bit. I'm kind of... Ear says no. Don't call your father. Well, my father wants to watch me take my medication. I could do it on camera, or I could hang up with you and do it. All right, let me call my father for the medication. All right. All right, let me call my father. Ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Hey, I'm on with the inpatients. I'm about to take my medication. I'm going to call you on Signal. Can you mute the TV?
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'm calling Poppy back. Okay, let's call Poppy on Signal. Hoi hoi, how you doing?
Hoi, hoi.
So I got my Abilify here, which I will take. My Abilify 10 milligrams. Like I'm going to put it in my mouth. And I took the Abilify 10 milligrams. Good? Good to go?
Okay, how was your...
I'm on with the inpatients. My day with my friend was good, though.
Okay.
So don't go mentioning people's names, but...
Very good.
All right. Good to go? Have a good night.
Have fun.
Have a good night. Love you. Bye. Mike asks, I talked to my psychopharmacologist about taking it in the evening because it makes me really tired in the morning. So he says, yeah, you could take it in the evening. Somebody says, shouldn't you take the Abilify in the morning? I was taking it in the morning, but it made me really tired. I'm already always really tired. So he said, okay, you could take it in the evening then. So he said that was okay. All right, anybody have any last questions, or should I lie down and peace out here? I don't really got a lot much more to say. All right, peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.